Welcome, soul family and new viewers. Here at Soul Moons Rising, I help you change the tides of your life through education on spiritual awakening topics like chakras, essential oils, crystals, and energy work. So without further ado, today I have a story for you. This is the story of how Soul Moons Rising came to be and what exactly it means. So let's break the different pieces down and you can get a better understanding of it. So soul. What exactly does that mean? Our soul is the essence of who we are on every level. Physical, energetic, our higher self. It connects every piece of us. Now, moon. What is the moon? The moon controls water, basically. I mean, here on Earth, the moon controls the tides. The tides control the weather. And it just controls basically every aspect of life here on Earth. And so the moon represents the changing of the tides in our lives. Now, rising, that part represents the overcoming of obstacles, the things that have made us who we are today. So let's go back to the beginning where I was actually having my spiritual awakening. This started in 2012, which is actually really common. A lot of people had spiritual awakenings starting in 2012. I was feeling really down and depressed. I had just had, found out that I lost my job, and then I found out I was having a baby, and we had just bought a new house. So there was so much stress on me. And from that time until, about 3 years, I had so much depression. I had severe postpartum depression after having our last 2 children, and it really, really took a toll on me. After our last baby in 2016, in my head, I'm like, this is not right. I have to change this. So rather than being in the depression that I was in, I don't want to be here anymore in the situation, not that I wanted to hurt myself, but I just didn't want to be down and depressed and all that negative, low feeling anymore. So I started searching for answers. I started searching for things that would bring me out of the downward funk that I was in, that I could not get out of. And I know a lot of people are in that funk and they don't know how to get themselves out of it. Depression, PTSD, all these things are huge factors in today's society. And, energetically, your body is not meant to suffer those things. You are meant to be able to overcome them. And it's just a matter of finding the right process for you. So I started taking energy healing courses, and I started getting and giving energy healings, which, if you don't know about Reiki or any other energy healing modalities, basically when you give, you also receive, and when you receive, you also give. So it's a give and take between both parties that are doing the giving and the receiving of the energy, because the energy is passing through both of you. And so slowly that helped to heal my energetic body. Now, when your energetic body starts to heal, your physical body and your mind start to heal as well, because they are 3 completely separate systems. So you have your mind that has all the thoughts. Then you have your physical body with your organs and your tissues and, what you see. But then you also have your energetic body. Now, some people might call this their bubble. Now, it can be as big or small as that person feels at that particular moment. There's also other aspects to our body, but we won't go into that right now. So basically, I was trying to pull myself out of this depression, and the energy work was starting to work, and I started educating myself on journaling and manifesting. I read the book The Secret. I actually have it on audiobook, as well as the teen version for my children. I started doing absolutely anything that I knew, and if I didn't know, I started searching for answers. Through this whole process, So the depression was the initial start of my spiritual awakening. It was the rock bottom wake up call that I had to change things. Through this process of learning and growing, I found so many answers, but so much that was hard to understand. Like, first of all, the chakras. That was extremely confusing for me at the very first, because some people don't go into, mundane language of what they actually are. They just talk about them. And I knew there needed to be a better way. There needed to be a better way to educate people that were just like me, that had just started a spiritual awakening and had all this information in front of them, and trying to weed through it and trying to figure out what was good for them, what was not, how they might fix themselves, how, to do what with all this information. So that's kind of where the idea of Soul Moons Rising began. Now, it progressed further. I started off with just essential oils and then got into crystals, and I had created this brand with the help of some friends, actually. I got a downloaded message, which I didn't at the time know was a downloaded message, that Soul Moon needed to be the center of my universe. And I didn't know why. I do now, and Soul Moon is actually the translation of one of my names from a past life. But then it needed to be more than that. So not only was Soul Moon me, but Soul Moons is the plural version. This is multiple moons from multiple souls that are needing exactly what I was needing. And that's basically translations for the information that's out there. There's so much esoteric information, so much great information, but some people have a hard time understanding it. And I wanted to help those clarify what was out there so they could understand better sooner, so that they could progress in their spiritual awakening sooner than I did, or than some others. Now, I'm not saying that my spiritual awakening's over. I don't think we ever are completely over until we are our highest self again. So while we're here on this earthly plane, our spiritual awakening continues. I'm sure it starts at birth. Sometimes we get stunted and have nowhere to go, but it never ends. So there's always more stuff to learn. There's always new stuff to teach and people to mentor. And that's where I'm at now, is Soul Moons Rising is here to help those of you going through spiritual awakenings know that you're not alone, help you decipher the information that you're getting, and just to have a community, a safe place to know, one, you're not crazy, okay? Yes, spirits talk to people. Yes, people can talk to spirits. There are, otherworldly things. There are celestial beings. You are not crazy for thinking and knowing all these things, because sometimes you just know things, all the different, clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant, all the different clairs, they get so confusing. Even myself, I have to look up sometimes, okay, now which one of these is what? And that's what I want to prevent for you. That's what my mission is for you, is to clean up the muddy water, basically, and just make things easier for you. So Soul Moons Rising is not only about my personal rising out of depression through my spiritual awakening, but the process of me helping you do the same. So my goal is to help the most people move through their spiritual awakening, to make things clearer for them and give you all the tools that you need to get you through all the different stages of your spiritual awakening. So Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope it gives you a little bit better understanding of what this channel is actually meant to do. And if you have any questions or ideas or things that you just don't understand that you would like me to go over, please leave me a comment on any one of my videos, and I am happy to make a video on that topic for you and, put it in the lineup, because if you have a question, I'm sure somebody else does. So for more information on chakras, go ahead and click one of the videos on screen. If you want to watch a playlist, you can click the other link and it'll take you to one of the mini playlists that I have. So thank you and have a great day from my light to yours. Namaste.